said take your time walking down.
Didn't bring the river up. I was hoping it would rain right here. Like the reason you did fall over. It's only about 3 feet to stand up.
I think I'll just swim.
You don't have to worry about swimming or anything. Any questions, comments, snide remarks?
Yeah, that's why I couldn't go in the Coast Guard. I knew how to swim. Because Coast Guard, when their boats sink, they just wade to shore.
That's right. They wade.
So this will be like being on a Coast Guard.
Yeah. Anything else? Everybody's good? My name's Captain Trey. I'll be your captain. What we'll do is work our way down. We're going to head south on the river here. At that point, we'll make some stops on the river. That's what we'll talk about if we see anything like that. Keep your eyes peeled though. We'll have some gators starting to come out this morning. It's warming up more and more and more, so there's a better chance to see or something like that. All right?
I'm Julie. This is George, Sue, and Bob.
All right. I won't remember.
I know.
I'm horrible. I barely remember my name.
Canoeing one time and they told us the water was just shallow. I fell in the hole and the tree must have been out. I must have been down 8 feet before I could find a place to myself back up.
Oh my goodness. Now, I'm not going to say that there's not a hole out there. There are holes.
This
Most
is
of
her
the places
first.
we run is the edge.
This is her first airboat ride.
Oh, mine too. It's fun. That's right. All right, here we go, guys.
Very cool.
You're better than the Crystal River guy.
I enjoy my job, so it makes it easier.
I was gonna say this must be a hard job.
Yeah, it's a rough life. Somebody's got to do it. You know, I have to figure out what takes a minute.
Is it okay if I jump out for a minute?
Feel free. No problem at all.
Go now, go now.
We got a new toy, his GoPro.
Yeah, have fun for sure. We can talk about getting neat, but we'll see. It's in the future. A lot of things have changed. We'll try. To give you an idea, though, okay, of we talked about the river being only about 3 feet. Okay. Yesterday we were probably up around 4 feet. 2 days ago we were down around 2 feet. And then 4 weeks ago we were at 12 feet. Okay. We have had the rainiest January on record in the state of Florida this year. So with that high rain, that is the only thing that adjusts the level of the river is rainfall. Okay, there are no springs feeding this river anymore. There's 1.5 million acres of river that supplies the watershed source for.
What do you mean by any more? It used to be?
There used to be Peace Creek Springs, Horse Creek Springs, things like that. Used to feed the river.
What happened to
They've
them?
dried up.
Oh,
Yeah, a lot of your springs in Florida are drying up. The problem you're getting is saltwater's capping them because Florida is sinking. As it gets lower, saltwater content comes up. And it's like a lot of places on the East Coast and even farther north, your house wells are having to raise them up because they're getting into saltwater. So that's one of the issues that you do have down here now. So with a river like this, though, it is a highly needed source. Just over 6 million gallons a day are pumped out of this river for drinking and household water. Okay, it's by 6 different counties with their water. So it is highly needed. But high water like that, good and bad. When you're talking water being at 12 feet, that whole bank across from us is underwater. Everything you see behind us is underwater. Okay. It does make it a lot harder to find alligators at that point. You look, think that whole bank over there is underwater. Look all the places they got to hide. Okay, so it does make it more difficult to find them. Now, right now, the property you see, we have the cow behind us here. It is private property on both sides of the bank. Right now, we're actually sitting on private property, so we are trespassing. I'll go down, you'll go down with me. Now, the way the law states...
That's why he has that bull out there, right?
Yeah, the way the law states is anything to the median high water mark. So whatever your average high water line is over the past 19 years, it's public property. Public fishing, public hunting, public camping. Now, the second part of that law, though, is the median high water mark comes to about where we're sitting right now. 8.5 feet. But when the water goes to 14 feet, it goes there. Once the water flows there, we can go there. Like that whole bank across from us, when that goes underwater, there's actually, it looks like a big chunk of woods. There's 11 miles of trail back there. We can run it for hours and never see the same thing twice. Okay, so when the water flows through there, it's their game. Even though the boat can make it there now, as you can see, we can run on there. Even though the boat can make it there now, by law, we're not supposed to go back there and take it. But there is still a gray area. Okay, being that the state has never surveyed the river, there's no defining line of the median high water. So if I go talk to the sheriff's department, they tell me to go talk to Fish and Game. If I go talk to Fish and Game, they tell me to go talk to who? Sheriff's department. Exactly.
So if the owner accidentally shoots you or shoots you because it's his property, it would be your word, his word.
There's no defining law behind it. Well, let me phrase it. There is a defining law. There's nobody to enforce the law behind it because nobody knows exactly what's going on. So we just learned certain places to be not where the shotgun in the face or the attack in the face. Now, from this point forward, guys, we'll work our way farther to the south. What we're going to want to do, pretty much where the water meets the bank, from there, about 4 feet up, is your average area you'll see the alligators in. Okay, so definitely keep your eyes out in that general area. What we're going to do, though, we'll work our way farther south. There's a nice little sandy beach when we get down to around Big Bend. We'll pull out there for just a second. The main purpose for that spot is mainly so we can listen because it's coming into a narrow section where a lot of blind turns. So I want to listen, make sure the boats are coming. And then, too, it's a good spot for photos. Okay?
And you'll tell me when I should hang on instead of taking pictures like you did a minute ago? Okay,
I
cool.
tell everybody. It's just easier. You'll see me if I turn and face the bank. It's a good spot.
Okay.
You can hear me. If I'm facing the bank, we're going to it.
Okay. Yeah, because the Crystal River guy didn't do that for us.
Yeah, we do it just for our benefit and your benefit.
No, but he didn't go up on the bank.
Oh, yeah.
It was fun, but
A lot of tours don't, to be honest with you.
yeah.
Our biggest thing here, and that was one thing I really liked about this company, I'd worked for other companies before, was the fact that, to me, this is the coolest part about an airboat.
Yeah.
I mean, any boat will go in the water,
Right.
you know, and they make outboard boats that run in shallow water. But not any boat will go on land, not and be able to get off. All right, guys, here we go.
Hang on, Bob.
guys. If you guys want to photo of your group on the boat, though, sure I can come off here. Take a photo for you.
People crab, is that what the...
That's what those are. So the problem you get this time of year, though, and what we've had this season, normally this time of year is the best time for crabbing, things like that. But your crabs are looking for brackish water. What we've had the issue of is the water's been too high. So the higher the water is in the river, the least salt water you can get to push up. So it has more force going out. That's the issue we're into. As the water gets down around a foot, more salt water is pushed into the area, which is better crab.
We probably all went crazy.
Oh, we're gonna post you on here.
Any questions so far, though, guys? Any questions about the boat? Any questions about how things happen? What we got here? Everybody's doing good. Everybody's having a good time. So real quick, we have had I've seen 2 gators so far. Both of them have been quick fails. We're gonna go to an area here in just a minute. The main end is listen, make sure our other boats are back that way, so we'll help them get fired up so they know where we're at. But we're gonna go to a section where we're gonna find typically one of us in there for about 30 minutes. Really good section. They gotta go in there and do photos, things like that.
I saw some little something thrown in the water. Was it alligators or snakes?
Well, a lot of times what you're seeing, there's a lot of snags that are barely below the water, so they get the dribble. Typically with a gator, even if he is in the water, he'll be somewhere where he doesn't show any kind of. You won't really see him swimming. You won't really see him doing anything like that. The most you'll see is a lot of times if he is on the bank and he bails off, you'll see a big splash or something like that. But when it comes to your gators, like even when we get back here to where these babies are, things like that. So in June is their mating season. Okay, so it's springtime. Right around June, those should go up on grassy banks. She'll dig a hole in the sand. That's where she'll lay her eggs. On average, she'll lay 25 to 35 eggs. So there have been nests on record of over 70 eggs. Once she lays the nest, though, she goes around and finds dead leaves, dead branches, grass, things like that. So what she's trying to do in her mind, she's camouflage. She doesn't realize, though, she's creating compost. Compost is where seed, that's what seed goes. Okay? The first 2 weeks, though, is the most crucial. The first 2 weeks, if the temperature of the nest is above 90 degrees, they will be made. Below 90 degrees, the temperature of the egg size is less than 5 days.
No wonder since we had a warm winter, there's going to be a lot of male alligators.
Most likely. When it comes to the compost, though, pretty much she regulates it by that. Outside temperature doesn't really affect it much. It's not the same. Now, that doesn't mean, though, you'll have all male or all female in the nest, though, because you're talking 25 to 45, her nest will be 2 to 3 feet. The top layer of the compost is warmer than the bottom layer of the sand. Okay, so you could have a split litter, but in gators, it's not called a litter. That's what you would call a good baby gator.
Whales, it's called a pond.
What?
Like birds. Clutch and gators. Clutch is the term referring to egg layers. Okay? So you can have a clutch of chicken. You can also dinosaur clutches, things like that. So when it comes to gators, though, you will only see a clutch if they're babies. You will not see an adult clutch of gators. They're non-social animals.
Once they're out and about, they're on their own.
They would be 100% content to stay by themselves and see nobody for the rest of the day. Now, when it comes to temperature, though, temperature is the most important factor. Temperature relates to how much they sleep. Also relates to how much they eat. When we talk about eating, typically at winter time, gators do not eat at all. Even when they are warm, they only eat about a third of their body weight every 7 seconds. There will be a good photo here in a second right before one of our other boats is coming around the corner. You'll be able to see him. I mean, temperature is important and also important to their growth. So alligators, typically in the wild, will take about 4 years to grow to 4 feet. Let him go by.
sound badass.
What's that?
They sound badass.
So that one there, you notice a little bit difference in sound compared to ours. So he sounds like a race car. He's running a car motor. That boat has what's called a 383 stroker motor in it. Okay? But ours, we sound like an airplane. We're running an aircraft motor. We're running the same thing you would find in a 6-seater airplane.
So does it have to like build up pressure or something? Because I know she sat there for a while.
Mainly I'm just letting it kind of warm up a little bit. You know, we are warm, letting it warm up. Also, big part of it, our company's constantly, so we relay everything through text messages. I don't want when I first fire up, I look, make sure nobody needs anything, just pull it away, and then go on. That's the whole concept behind typically when I start off. There's too much this.
Yeah.
To be looking at a phone out here on the river.
Oh yeah.
So that's my biggest reason for that. But when it comes to this motor here, it's a debate to the end of time which one's better. The first airboat ever, 1929, had a car motor. It had a Model A engine. Okay. The only reason they put airplane engines in the first place was after World War II. There was a surplus of them. You couldn't find car parts. There was airplane engines everywhere. Okay, so that's why they switched. The first airboat, the only reason it was even built was it was for drug running. Drug and moonshine, how they ever did. That's the reason behind it.
I guess it all depends on what you like to hear when you're driving
Well,
around.
it's just a matter of what you want to do with it. Old school guys, nothing but aircraft. New school guys, car motor. Anymore, they've done so much for the car motor side of it and the aircraft. They're all pretty much the same. There's more horsepower in a car boat, but it's good. All right. Any questions? Everybody's doing all right?
Yeah, how do they keep track of all them damn cows?
They typically really don't keep much track of them. You're talking, so this property here, pretty much when we made our first stop, it's all one owner all the way up to there on this side right now. This is all Johnson property. So at that point, his cattle just kind of wander through. Florida is one of the hardest places to manage cattle, just because, like other states, hate buying cattle from Florida, because it takes years to get them used to people. Some of these cows will sit out here in the swamps, never see anybody. Then you take them up to a place like, say, Oklahoma, where they're constantly dealing with their cows. I mean,
They
it's
know
wild.
people and
They're
horses
like
and
wild
stuff,
cows. Exactly, you know, so it makes it a lot tougher. Typically, your Florida market is nothing but calves. These cows out here, they'll stay out here forever. The calves, they'll go around, they'll work their way around, they'll catch all the calves.
Yeah, I saw a thing on TV. They were talking about how like all the pasture land and stuff is like interconnected through the whole state, and they just basically free range.
There's a lot of free range through the state. You know, it really just depends on what's going on and how big the ranch is, how big the farm is, things like that. Florida is actually number 3 in the country for beef producing. The reason behind that, though, is not the fact that we have so much more land. It's the concept of you can graze more cattle per acre. Okay, so places like Oklahoma, it's 15 acres per cow and calf fair. Florida is 5 acres because our grass grows year-round. You know, you get places up north, you have to have hay because when the snow hits, there's no grass. Okay, we don't have to have that. The snow doesn't hit here. Okay, most you might have is that's the issue on the river here. Most you might have is when we talk about 12 feet, well, it's supposed to be raised underwater. So at that point, they're in flood here. So that's what makes it different. All right, guys. So with that, once he comes by, we'll go ahead and fire up, work our way out. The interesting thing with this boat coming by now, though, it's got the LS7 motor in it. So it's the same thing you'd find in the Corvette. But we would still beat him in a race all the time. We raced all the time.
I bet.
bushes.
Oh yeah, I see them in there.
We'll turn around, you'll be able to get a little better view. Another one right up here. Two of them right up here.
Bunch of little baby alligators. Oh,
Fun.
excellent.
Good. If you enjoyed it, make sure you check us out on TripAdvisor or Facebook. If you had a good time, we're Peace River Charter.